Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back once again to Phatkat Collections. Got another Nubeo watch for you folks, and this one is the Magellan 24-hour automatic deep purple edition. So check this out. Now I have done a few reviews on purple watches before, and I'll tell you, anytime I reach out to Nubeo, whenever they come out with a new model, I usually try to get my hands on one of the color options that I just don't have in my collection. Now let's face it, I have probably, I don't know, 15 Magellans. They're always coming out with this model. It's one of their most popular models, and they always kind of re-release this with different movements or different complications. And of course, different colors. So I'm a big fan of this. This is what I would consider almost like your Richard Mille, or Richard Mille, I'm not sure I actually say it, Richard Mille? Kind of style, and you know, it's not really meant to be a homage to that particular watch, but a lot of folks are so used to seeing that brand and so familiar with that brand, because it is a luxury brand, that they always associate anything with this sort of tonneau-style case, what I consider like a football-shaped case. They're always making that comparison. So if you do like that particular brand, and you know, they're outrageously expensive, right? And in all honesty, you know, to me, you have to have your head examined for spending that much money on a watch. The only reason somebody would want to spend that much money is for bragging rights, to be able to put that on your wrist and show off, basically. And that's cool if that's what makes you happy. By all means, you know, always buy what generally you like. It's your money. But I really do like and appreciate this style case. But I sure as hell don't like the price tag. Now, a lot of people do make watches like this. There's all kinds of different brands, but I can only speak to the quality you get with Nubeo, and it's a watch that I keep requesting. I think this is a very fun watch, and I think having multiple of these in your collection are fantastic because you can customize them, right? And the more of this model you get, the more you can pop the straps off and kind of interchange them. Generally, I don't do that because I have so many. If you were going to get one of these and just say, you know, I want to kind of customize, and this kind of reminds me of the fun I used to have with like the Jacob style 5 time zone watches. They were one of the first watches that came out with the ability to, I don't want to say, you know, change them up or customize them, because you can take the band and strap off any watch, right? But they kind of like, I don't know, that brand just kind of always reminds me of a brand that allows you to constantly change the way the watch looks. You get some with red and yellow. People were changing them up. And, you know, I think that kind of the customization factor, and I say that loosely because all you're doing is putting a new strap on it, right? It's not like creating a custom car or anything like that, right? But or building your own watch, or, you know, I don't know, I would never do that. But you know, you kind of get my point. I say that loosely because you're just changing the look of the watch, basically. And I think that if you don't have, you know, a YouTube channel and you're not working with brands, of course it is harder to spend lots of money on different colors. I get that. So you might want to go with something like a more neutral color, black and silver, and then you could, you know, put whatever strap on this you want. Now, I do believe you can get the straps from Nubeo, but I don't see anywhere on their website that states accessories. And that's kind of, I think, I don't know, I think that's something that, I'm sure if you reached out to them and asked them if you could buy a strap individually, they'd sell you one. But this should be something that they have every color on their site. But anyway, very cool looking watch. I dig the purple. And again, I usually request colors that I just don't have. And because I have a lot of this model, it's getting harder and harder, right? I got black, I got almost every color that they make, but there's still a slew that I don't have. I don't think I have any yellow. I don't have any green. But I don't know, the purple lately has just been kind of calling to me. It's super noticeable, right? So what do you get with this watch? So again, you get sort of a rubber strap. Let's see specifically what material they're using here. It is just a standard rubber strap. Now I know you can get watches with this look with a silver strap, you know, of course, bracelet, stainless steel. I'm just when I'm talking about rubber-like materials, you have isoframe, you have silicone, you have like a polyurethane, and I don't really know about the longevity of any of these. Any of these materials. I know I hear kind of often from people who have kind of silicone straps that eventually that deteriorates, and I'll be honest with you, I had guys comment and say they'd never buy another Invicta watch because the strap disintegrates, right? Now, I personally have not had that happen, but I don't have many Invictas that have a silicone strap. I do have one. It's fine. It's over 5 years old. Never had a problem. If that does happen down the road, I will let you guys know. Of all the Nubeo ones I haven't had that issue, and I really hope that I never do, because part of what makes this watch so cool is the strap, right? If you were to just go throw this on like a black bracelet, it's really going to change the whole look of the watch. So let me just kind of get some close-ups here, and we'll talk more about the specification on this watch. Really nice looking. I love the design on this. I've always liked this kind of look, and I think that this is kind of my go-to watch when it comes to wanting to wear something to, I don't know, kind of coordinate with, you know, what shirt I'm wearing. If I'm going to wear this watch, I generally am going to wear something that has sort of some kind of a purple tone to it, right? That's really the only time I'd wear this, right? Again, not saying if I run down to the post office or run down to the store to get some food, I wouldn't slap it on my wrist if I felt like wearing it, but I tend to try to accessorate these bright, loud colors with what I'm wearing. Now, not everybody is going to, you know, a lot of times men are really basic. They'll just, you know, they don't really think about accessorizing the color of their watch with the color of their attire. But again, you know, everybody's different. Everybody's got different styles. And I think that, you know, again, this watch is a lot of fun if you are a guy who likes to kind of, I don't want to say look your best because that is subjective. But if you do like to accessorize, I know a lot of guys are into sneakers. And, you know, you could definitely, if you're rocking some purple kicks, rock something like this. It just depends. Everybody's different. But if you don't have a big watch collection, I do think that these more loud, elaborate colors are not going to be something you're just going to automatically say, hey, I want to get a Magellan watch, I'm going to get it in purple. Maybe you would, but I just think that you're going to go with more, folks are going to go with more of a neutral color, right? And then add straps if you want. So what's really cool about this as well, and something I really, I'm glad they did, is that this has a standard lug width. It's a little larger. You have a 26 millimeter lug width. I would have rather than have like a 24, but 26 you can still find replacement straps. So if down the road, and I always think about down the road, and the reason why is, you know, I got 15 of these, right? Maybe more. I have a lot of Nubeo watches, and again, this is part of collaboration, right? They send me watches. I'm very fortunate, but I do worry about, even though I didn't buy this watch, I do want this watch to last my life, right? And nothing does last forever, but I am always more comfortable if I'm going to spend money on something, buying something with a stainless bracelet. You know that is forever. The mechanics may break down at some point, the battery may fail, but you're not going to have something wear out. And I do feel like rubber, silicone, materials like this do eventually wear out. Now, I could be pleasantly surprised and come back to this watch 30 years from now and have this sucker still be great. I just don't know. I know even with G-Shocks, as amazing, as well made as they are, as indestructible as people say, or the Casio watches, right? And I believe that the Casio watches, whether you get any of their, and again, folks, I'm just speaking on my opinion. I don't know this to be 100%. I'm pretty sure that the G-Shocks are made with the same rubber type material that you get in a lot of the Casio watches. So I have had G-Shocks that were over 20 years old completely disintegrate. I've had a Casio twin graph. The rubber has completely broken down and dry rotted and fallen off the watch. So I really hope that that doesn't happen with watches like this. I hope there's not an expiration, but only time will tell. But my point in mentioning that is, one thing it's not going to break down is the actual case, the crystal on this. You know, the mechanics may or may not, but most likely not. They're pretty reliable nowadays. But that 26 millimeter strap width, you can find a replacement strap. Even if you just go with a black leather strap, they are out there. You can find them, right? Now, sometimes if you go with something exotic, it may cost more than the watch, right? Or close to that, right? It just depends. You kind of have to cross that bridge. Those are things I think about, even though, you know, one would think, hey, you didn't pay for it, so you shouldn't be concerned. I am. It's part of my collection. I still want to take care of it, right? So time will tell, but I'm always more comfortable with having, you know, a bracelet on a watch. But again, if you did have bracelet on this, you'd really take away from the look of the watch. Now, Nubeo does make a lot of their watches with bracelet that have been plated, and you can get, you know, Invicta does it all the time. They can plate. I'm not sure how they do it, but they can plate metal with like a purple finish, and you can see that right on the bezel here. I mean, we have this bezel. This is a stainless steel case, and it has been plated with some sort of plating technique to give it that purple look. I'd really like to see this company make these watches with color matched bracelets, and then you know that this thing is going to last you for a lifetime, right? But in the meantime, time will tell. Let's talk about specifications. So you do get a mineral lens, a screw down crown, again, rubber strap, 26 millimeter lug width, 5 ATMs of water resistance, 120 grams in weight. These are just things listed on their website. I never care about a watch's weight. 49 millimeter case diameter, case thickness 15.9. That really nice kind of tonneau shape. I absolutely love, if I didn't say it like 5 times already, the look of this watch. It is my go-to when I want to wear a watch that's not on bracelet, right? I just absolutely dig the look of this. And then we have 51 millimeter lug to lug in a black dial color. And hopefully you see by the video here, this dial, you can kind of see the complications on there. As far as the complications, I think we just have, what do we have here? I think we have seconds. They don't actually list that. Oh, I'm sorry, they do. They say Japanese automatic, you have a small second hand, and you have with 2 hands, they have small second hand. So I don't know if one of these is, this might be, you know, and half the time when I look at watches, we definitely have a second hand ticking along here, but I'm not sure if the other one is like a minute hand. It's probably a minute hand. I think it's really hard for me to make that out, to be honest with you. But it appears to be, yeah, I don't really, let me try to wind that. Is that actually a power reserve? I don't think it is. These are the kind of things I wish they would just list on here. No, it's not a power reserve. So, I don't know. It's some kind of complication. I don't know. It's not really too much of a concern to me. But, you know, again, it may be to you. And if you do have a question on these and you have to know, by all means, like anything I review, I just say drop me a comment, let me know, I'll get you the information. But maybe you can see, trying to get up. This is my new Sony 4K camera. It does an excellent job in this product showcase mode of zooming in and being able to really kind of show off the detail of the face. Something I wasn't able to do before with my other Canon camcorder. And of course, you know, for you guys who've been watching me for a while, do let me know what you think of the video quality. I think this is a huge improvement from my other videos, my other 1,500 videos that I put up over the years. Unfortunately, they're just in the lower resolution, so you're not going to get the close-ups you're going to get now with future content. So for those folks who have complained about that, now at least you'll get some better close-up shots. And I'm going to be coming back to all the watches that deserve a second review, right? So that's really about it. What else? As far as color options here, you have a slew of color options. I'm not going to read them all out, but it looks like you have, we got 3, in this particular model, I mean, you have 3, 6, 7, 8 different color variations. But remember, if you go into a different model, it's still going to be the Magellan. It just might not be, it might be a quartz version, it might be a different automatic version. There's a whole slew of different colors. So, if the color options in this model are not what you're looking for, check out the other Magellans, because there's definitely, I think this is the one watch they make the most variations of. They had it in the, what was it, the Asteroid, I think, when their game collaboration, I think it was the Asteroid, we see collabs, where they got the Space Invaders, excuse me. Very cool collaboration. And coming soon, I believe it's this model, they're doing a Star Trek Nubeo collaboration. So for you Trek heads out there, you Trekkies, definitely stay tuned for that. I think it's pretty cool that they're doing that. And I like that this company definitely does the collabs. I think it's a great way of being able to bring people who maybe aren't into watches into collecting watches. So I think you're going to see, and Invicta's been doing this for years with their Mickey Mouse, their Star Wars. I'm not sure if maybe in order for them to get permission to do the Star Trek collaboration, maybe they couldn't get it from, you know, for Star Wars, but time will tell. I think it's super popular. There's a lot of folks out there who are into, you know, Invicta has done this for years. So I think Nubeo is kind of following suit and making more of these themed watches. And again, that definitely brings people into the hobby of collecting watches, right? Even if it's just one watch, you know, even if you don't turn out to be a collector, a lot of times things that we all like kind of layer. And what a cool way, if you are, you know, a Star Wars geek, or if you are a Star Trek nut, you know, to be able to say, hey man, I got this new Star Trek watch, right? So pretty cool. So let me go ahead and throw it on the wrist here. Now I am 5'8", I weigh 182 pounds. I have a 7-inch wrist, so this is what this watch is going to look like on a guy my size, my height, my weight. I have this on the third to last hole on here, so if you have a 6-inch wrist, this watch will fit you. I believe this watch will fit you, but much smaller than that, it might be a little loose. If you have a much larger wrist, I'd say you could probably get this up to a 9, I'd say is probably safe, but check it out. Fantastic looking piece. And if the purple is not your cup of tea, you know, I've reviewed this watch countless times on this channel. Check out the other color variations. The red is fantastic, the black. Every time that I throw this watch on, no matter what color it is, I'm always blown away at how cool it is. I don't know what it is about it. It's just, it is one of my favorite watches in my collection. I wear this more than like I have a Sea Hunter, right? In the blue and silicone. I don't even wear that thing. I just don't have the heart to sell it because I've had it for so long. And it's just, I know if I sell it, I'll regret it. But these watches are definitely my go-to with this style. And you folks know I've been reviewing watches for a decade now. And sometimes I wear big, gigantic Invictus, sometimes I don't. But I do find that this is giving you a fantastic look. It's flashy without being too far over the top. It's super comfortable. Not that I say that lightly, because it's not like I put on a Sea Hunter and I'm like, oh, it's uncomfortable, hurts my wrist, I can't wear it. It's just not my personality. I really can wear anything that I feel like. And a lot of you folks are like me as well, but this is definitely a very comfortable watch, and it has a great wrist presence. I think that anybody who gets this in their collection will be happy. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I can help you guys in any way. By all means, drop me a comment, drop me an email. I'm always here to help. Anything else comes up, click the link in the description. What else? Subscribe, give it a like, all that nonsense that all us YouTubers say. Other than that, have a great day and take care.